Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your weekly reading for April 22nd to the 28th. This is for Aquarius and Aquarius rising, and we're going to jump right into it. And we're actually going to do April 22nd to the end of the month because there are 2 days. The last 2 days of April are insane. They're so good. The first things first is you are definitely still going through these new cycles, right? These new paths opening up for you, new opportunities. There are a lot of changes happening in your life after that new moon total solar eclipse in Aries and the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. Now, with that said, there are also things that may be ending this week, okay? There may be things that are ending this week, and that's because of the full moon in Scorpio, and it's really, really asking you to go within and have these emotional experiences. Now, I really want you to think back to November 13th, 2023. All right. I want you to think what happened around that time when we have the new moon in Scorpio, because this full moon corresponds to that new moon, and it may have to do with career. This full moon in Scorpio is in your 10th house, which rules career. If you're not here for career, it's public recognition, fame. What are you exerting all your energy into that you want to be known for, right? It's also honors, achievements, social status, leadership, things like that. So you may feel something around this time. Now, it may be very emotional too. It may be a very emotional full moon for you. Full moons in Scorpio tend to be emotional anyway. But what's happening here, and this is why you may feel it a little bit more than some other signs, is that we're officially in Taurus season, okay? Which means the sun is in Taurus. This full moon will be in Scorpio, and they will be squaring Pluto in your sign, Pluto in Aquarius. Those are 3 fixed signs. So there's a little bit of wiggle room, but that's why it's really just requiring you to go within. Go deep, go really deep to explore some emotions around this time because you will be feeling them. This is a feeler of a full moon in Scorpio. All right. So it definitely seems to me that some of y'all may be on new paths or seeking new paths. Okay. And there's a lot that may be opening up for you, while at the same time, there's a lot of emphasis on home for you as well, especially while we're officially in Taurus season. You've got Jupiter there and Uranus there and your 4th house of home. So there could be something with work, work, life, work, home, that like shifts in that area. All right. There could be some shifts in that area in your life. So just keep that in mind. This is where you may feel like a little bit of a turning point. This is April 23rd on Tuesday. I don't know if I said the date. I'm sorry about that. April 23rd on Tuesday is when we have the full moon in Scorpio. And again, you may feel that something culminating around this time, but go deep. Okay. And there could be a sense of some finances at play as well. This is a full moon in Scorpio, something with investments, inheritance, assets. There could be something about working with your shadow self, even intimacy. It could be a thing around this time, something that you're really exploring around this time. All right. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Secrets could come out too around this full moon. And it could be you. It could be you telling secrets, or, there's something here around that. But just use this time to heal, do a lot of emotional healing. And get some sleep, get a good night's rest. This is a powerful full moon. Now on Thursday, April 25th, hooray, hurrah, hooray, hurrah, huzzah. Mercury goes direct. So Mercury is no longer retrograde. Okay. So this is Thursday, April 25th. Mercury finally going direct. Okay. Mercury's finally going direct. Listen, Aquarius, this is going to be really nice for you. The first thing I want you to know, though, is that I call them the bookends. It's the day that Mercury goes retrograde and the day that Mercury goes direct are the 2 days that are when you feel the biggest impact of Mercury retrograde. Okay, so miscommunication, delays, travel delays, things like that. So just be aware that may happen before you get a little bit more like, okay, things are, I have a lot more clarity. But this was one for the books, because Mercury was retrograde in Aries in your 3rd house of communication. So there could have been a lot of listen, I think a lot is such a small word for how many communication errors that I had, and a lot of technological errors I had too. I'm in Aquarius if you're new to my channel, but in any case, it's finally moving forward. And the great thing about this is that Mercury will stay in Aries though. So even though it's going direct, it's staying in Aries until May 15th. So keep that in mind. It's still in your third house of communication. So you could be thinking a lot more clear. Okay. Mercury is also logic, thinking, and conversations. So it's a lot more clarity in communication. You could be finally hearing back from people. But it's going to be nice for you. It's going to be nice for you. Now, on Sunday, April 28th, this is big. Mars will conjunct Neptune. So, wow. So, okay. Mars conjuncting Neptune, as you know, conjunctions are very powerful. They're highly charged. Mars and Neptune cannot be more opposite. They cannot be. It's like, so they're getting together now, okay? But they're getting together in a way that, like, a parent forces their child to hang out with, another child, okay? And they do not. It's like the goth kid and the cheerleader, okay? They're just like, what is going on, right? So that's Mars and Neptune right now. You've got to figure out how to make these energies work together, okay? Because what Mars is doing, Mars can be, remember, a little aggressive and a little combative and whatnot, but it's really kind of like maybe pushing that illusion side of Neptune, that fantasy side of Neptune. But Neptune is equally naughty. Okay, Neptune is, there could be some deception at play here. Okay, driving some deception into your world. So this is a day where I want you to have your head above the clouds. Okay, not in the clouds, above the clouds. We call there's a term that we say, the fog of Neptune. Cut through that fog of Neptune, because there could be it's like a high fantasy day. All right. But use it toward your imagination. It's great to use it toward your imagination, to inspire people, to feel inspired. Use it toward your spirituality, toward intuition as well. Okay. Other things that Neptune is known for, especially if you find yourself maybe thinking unrealistically, and it could be someone else too telling you things that are just very really? There's a real, 4,000 islands that haven't been discovered in the state of Georgia. Really? Okay, cool. Just remember, just keep your head above the clouds around this time and make these energies work for you. All right. And here's the thing. They're going to be conjuncting in Pisces. So of course that's your second house. So could be something about money. Again, this is coming after that full moon in Scorpio, where it's already, there's some money matters involved there. And now you have this Mars conjuncting Neptune in your second house. Something about finances, something about money. So just be realistic around this time. And if you're not here for money, okay, I say this all the time, if you're Elijah Wood, any other, Ed Sheeran, any other Aquarian who's got enough of it, and you're just like, listen, Jimmy, I got enough money. Tell me something else. Send me something else. Second house, self-worth, self-value, the things that you value, even material possessions. There's something here. Okay, there's something here. All right, so just keep that in mind. Use this day toward your spirituality. Okay, the great thing about this is that the moon will be in Capricorn on this day, which is your 12th house. So a lot of intuitive energy could be at play for you around this time. Now, on the 29th, now we're on Monday. Venus moving into Taurus. Venus moving into Taurus is absolutely amazing. You're going to love this. You're going to appreciate it. Venus in Taurus is a lot of comfort. Venus is the ruling planet for Taurus. So now Venus is home. Venus is home in Taurus. Okay? She loves it there. All right. So this is a lot of comfort. Money too. Okay. A lot of money energy. So you could be thinking about money, especially money in terms of maybe something around home matters as well, because remember, Taurus rules your fourth house. And so now you've got Venus, the Sun, Jupiter, and Uranus all in your fourth house. Amazing. So a lot of really great activity in terms of home matters, family, children, parents, your home, actual home, real estate, things around home. All right. Significant other. Just think about your domestic sector. But Venus moving into Taurus is just so magical, and it's very sensual too. It's very sensual. And yes, because, Venus is love, relationship, sex, etc. But think of Venus, think of your senses as well. all your five senses heightened, like seeing and feeling the beauty in things. And, there's a lot of like loyalty energy, commitment energy with Venus and Taurus. It's absolutely amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So I really, really love this, especially, with Venus leaving Aries, which was very fiery, and it's now slowed down. Okay. It's slowed down into this slow dance of the beauties of life. It's really, really gorgeous, and it's going to be here for several weeks. So also remember, Venus does rule beauty, so it is a good time to treat yourself. All right, this is a time to be kind to yourself, be kind to others. You may just feel it. You're just going to feel it. Okay, but also prioritize yourself. And when I say Venus rules beauty, get some spa treatments. Okay, get some spa treatments, get a foot scrub, get like the person walking on your back, whatever you need. Just treat yourself around this time. Again, until May 23rd, Venus will be here. Now, on the 30th, Venus will square Pluto. Now, remember, we just came out of the Sun squaring Pluto. Pluto is in your sign. You're feeling it, all right? You're feeling that squeeze, okay? Now, with Venus squaring Pluto, definitely like relationships, there could be a little bit of like power struggles, power issues, control issues around this time. Just be cool, because you're as long as you trust your intuition, you're going to be fine, because you will likely feel a squeeze. Remember, Pluto is in your sign. Okay. Pluto is in your sign. So it definitely could have to do with something around love, relationships, money, something that has to do with home as well. But just know that, the best thing here, should anything happen, right? Should anything happen, is being open to compromise. Okay. Remember, Venus is diplomacy as well. Now, on the same day, Mars moves into Aries. Oh my diddly days. This is huge. Okay. Venus just moved into her home sign. Now, Mars is moving into his home sign, and they're overlapping throughout May. So remember, I said May is the best month of 2024. It's like we're the most luckiest month. Mars and Aries. Wow, this is like you are gonna feel fire under your feet. This is really, really, really nice. It's that go energy. Mars is in his private jet. He's ready to go. Venus is in one of those chair things that people carry her in. They're happy. They're at home. They're feeling good. Okay. So you will definitely feel the charge of Mars in Aries. And remember, Aries rules your third house. So a lot of communication matters. You could be signing contracts. You could be having important conversations, right? Learning new things. Okay. Third house is like learning, not gaining knowledge in things. It's siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins. There could be activity there with them as well. Remember, you already have a lot of activity happening with home in your fourth house. And lastly is short distance travel. You could be going on some trips. Okay. Do it too. Travel is such a force of good. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. And Mars will be in Aries until June. Wow. All right. So that's really, really nice. Let's get started. Let's see what's going on for you, Aquarius, for April 22nd to the end of the month. This is for Aquarius and Aquarius rising. If you want to read for your moon and your Venus, they're both very, very active this week. If you know your birth chart. So let's do it, Aquarius. Let's get started. Woo! See what's going on for you for. Let me get this is what happens when Mercury is retrograde. Mercury is, the other thing while I'm shuffling, the thing that I forgot to say is that don't forget with Mars in Aries is now joining the North Node in Aries. Okay. So again, some of y'all just may become a lot more influential in terms of like getting a bigger platform for yourselves. Remember, this is communication, but there's a lot happening. Let's get started, Aquarius. See what's going on for you for April 22nd to the end of the month, Aquarius. Woo! Okay, so Aquarius, I do a traditional call to crash spread, really just offer the best overview. If we need to put clarifiers, we will. Okay, we will. And I think that was it. I was going to say, Team Aquarius, I love you. Y'all are amazing. I love y'all. Y'all are so amazing. And wow. Very interesting here. You're gonna be in your head, but in a good way. It's okay. So you're good, but definitely be very aware of this Mars Neptune conjunction. Okay. Now, you got the 10 of Wands. All right. So, 10 of Wands. Interesting. Interesting. You got the 10 of Wands in your past. All right. So, remember, this is the end of the suit. So, something is coming to an end for sure for you. All right. Something is definitely coming to an end. And it feels like there is that squeeze about it as well. You could have been going through listen, that Pluto square, it's not just you've been feeling Pluto all month, okay? It's been square and so you could have been feeling a big squeeze when it comes to even your just daily activities, or could have been even like burnout energy you may have been going through. And I'm sure that I feel like I've told you this in one of your past readings, is that as soon as Pluto did go into Aquarius, even in February, it was like boom, boom, boom. Those were a lot of conjunctions, and it went into a lot of squares, boom, boom, boom. So you could have been feeling a lot of that energy to the point where at this point you're just like, oh my goodness. And so the one thing I want you to do is don't do anything. Don't do anything where you feel like you're taking on an excessive amount of work to distract yourself from things that you do have to face, okay? Emotions that you have to explore. Remember, this full moon is a perfect time to do that, all right? Now, the other thing is that this is a Sagittarius card, so it's actually Saturn in Sagittarius, and you're already feeling a lot of Saturn energy. But Sagittarius does rule your 11th house, so there could be something that you're working really, really, really hard toward in terms of a big aspiration of yours, or a big hope, a dream, a big goal, the finish line. Just don't take on too much, okay? Drop a wand or two. Look at him in the card. He's carrying so many wands, he can't even see where he's going, okay? So if you need to drop a wand or two, drop a wand or two. But it looks like you may be a little distracted this week, okay? And there's a lot going on up here. But know that there is going to be a point where you're again, 10 is the end. You're going to be coming out of that. Now, 7 of Swords in the heart of your spread. Wow. Another and Aquarius card. But you've got 2 here. You've got the 6 of Swords as well. But the 7 of Swords in the heart of your spread. So just be honest with yourself. Like, if someone comes up to you, if one of your friends comes up to you and be like, listen, Patty, I think you're taking on too much work. And you're just like, come on, I got this. Working 160 hours a week is normal for me. Be honest with yourself this week, okay? Be honest with yourself this week and be aware, okay? Now, what I said earlier, be very aware. Mars conjuncting Neptune, okay? Be very aware about that day, all right? So, because remember, it is like a lot of illusion and thinking things, but when you have your head in the clouds, it's almost you're out of touch with your intuition, your head's in a different space, and there's a potential where things, remember I said, there's that deceptive energy with Mars conjuncting Neptune. Now, there you go. This card is attributed to lying, cheating, stealing. But again, when you look at your spread here, 2 things. One, it could be you, okay? It could be you lying to yourself about something, or you not doing something because you're distracting yourself. I don't want you to do that. You're an Aquarius. You need your freedom. You're creative. You got to be in the zone. You got to, embrace that team Aquarius energy. All right. Now, secondly, yes, it could be something else. It could be someone that is going to be possibly, they're being affected by the Mars conjunct Neptune. And like I said earlier, may say some things to you and you may be deceived in some way. Just be aware. In order to be aware, you got to trust your intuition. So just stay in touch with your intuitive side this week, okay? There could be something, by the way, that you're doing that it's almost like taking shortcuts as well, because you really, 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 really want this to get out of a position where you are working too much. Just trust your intuition. Just promise me you trust your intuition. That's all it takes. Because you also got the 4 of Swords. All right. So very interesting here, because it's just like once again, like last week, you got all these swords here, but you did get the 4 of Swords last week. All right. It was in your past and now it's in your challenge area. So take time for yourself. Take time for yourself to really get in touch with your intuition. But not only that, but to have like this stillness of mind. That's what this card is attributed to. It's really having that like
losing sense of time and space and just really just, just not worrying about things, stressing about things. There could be something that you're coming out of that could have just been really hard. Again, indicated here with the 10 of Wands, but also with the 4 of Swords in your challenge area. And what comes before the 4 of Swords? The 3 of Swords, the heartbreak card. So there could be something that you need to recover from. There's something here where I don't want you, there's almost like there may be some manipulation at play, but again, it may be you into forcing yourself to think a certain way or not face something. All right. So just be, swords are truth. At the core of swords, they're truth. I know it's a mental suit, but it's truth. True perception, being honest with yourself. All right. Be very, very honest with yourself. And I'm going to point something out here too. You can see he's got 3 swords on his left side, 2 swords on his other side. Okay, so really referencing the 3 of Swords and the 2 of Swords, which is, with a blindfold, and she's got to make that decision, and she has to go within. She has to go within. Do that. Even with Venus moving into Taurus, well, I say take that time out. Take that time out. Treat yourself, okay? Even getting a massage, just zone out, okay? Zone out. A lot of things will come up, and just that's when you can, really, have that moment. But it's almost like you may have a lot of different thoughts going on. Just I want you to take care of yourself. Great news is you got the 6 of Swords. So you have the 6 of Swords in your crown. So it is, remember I said this week is like a transition, and it feels like it's going to be a transition of the mind for you. Moving from a place where you have a lot going on in your head, and it's almost like that's what you want. So bring that awareness in and have that awareness in terms of, I am overthinking things, I'm over analyzing things, or I am, maybe taking on too much, and I should be aware of that. And just be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. There's 6 is like harmonizing now. Okay, it's harmonizing now, and so everything up here. Remember, Mercury's going direct this week, so your thinking is going to be a lot more solid now. You're going to be good. You're going to be good. I want you to just be honest with yourself. You also got the Empress. So, and the root of your spread, this is really, really nice. So I really do want you to have that time to treat yourself this week and be kind to yourself this week. Have that self-love this week. Even, just being in touch with your superconscious. The Empress is all love. This is divine feminine here. This is, this truly is like, if there's any card that represents Venus and Taurus, it would be the Empress. Okay, she's in touch with nature. Taurus is very nature bound. You see the symbol of Venus in her stone-shaped heart. This is just so much love, but also abundance of wealth. And so there really could be something here that is, again, being honest with yourself about the things that you truly want, like deep down in your soul. You can feel it in your bones. Your soul is glorified. So I really want you to make that connection. In order to make that connection of, mind, body, spirit, the balance of all that, taking time out for yourself and being honest with yourself is trusting your intuition, okay? Listening to your inner voice, being in touch with your higher self, okay? It's gonna help. It's gonna help. Even just take it. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I'll take like a little break, just a little break, and just zone out and not think of anything, okay? And that helps so much, okay? We're Aquarians, right? We got a lot in our minds. We were all constantly thinking. But you also have the Queen of Wands in your future, so I think you're going to be 1,000% fine as long as you're honest with yourself this week, okay? It does look like you may need to. So there's clearly something that you need to drop. I want you to recognize what that is, okay? And it may even happen around this full moon in Scorpio, where it does happen, and I want you to take that opportunity to do it, all right? Something that is not going to serve you well on your path forward, or something where, you may be taking on a lot. You're like, okay, I really, really need to, it's like a dog walker, right? It's like a dog walker who got 30,000 dogs. I mean, it's going to be a little stressful. You got to, give one dog to another dog, right? Just one, okay? Now, Queen of Wands in your future, this is really great. This is someone who, has the power to attract. She can get whatever she wants. I absolutely love this for you. Very interesting. Looking at your entire spread here, well, the Queen of Wands has this entrepreneurial spirit, right? So again, there is that sense of something career based that could be happening for you, with the wands, or something with your passions. But you're moving into a place where you can attract the things that you want. Now, if you are here for relationships, because a lot of y'all may be with the Empress in the root of your spread, you got the Four of Swords, there's, and then the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands also has a lot of sexual energy as well. Okay, and remember, that could be something that's coming up this week with that full moon in Scorpio. But there is definitely something that you're moving into where you're going to be attracting it now. Okay, as long as you're honest with yourself and you do that intuitive work. Remember, even with this full moon in Scorpio, doing some shadow work too. Very interesting. Even with a black cat here, it's, she's in touch with her shadow side. I mean, come on. And she's very powerful. She's the most charming, popular queen. Okay. She is like, Harry Styles. Harry Styles can walk into a room, get whatever he wants, just like the Queen of Wands. She has that power. Now, once your, passions, okay, creativity, your ideas, it can be work related. You're very strongly associated with work. Again, very, very nice. You moving into that area of your life. If you think about what's happening here, you did get the Seven of Swords in your staff last week. And so, again, that is the biggest indicator. There is something that may be taking up too much headspace. There is something that you may have to face now and to finalize it, okay? Especially with Pluto and Aquarius. Remember, I've always said Pluto is that planet, very powerful planet that asks you, are you going to fear me, or are you going to own me? Okay? So it just seems like there is something that you may need to face this week, okay? It's going to make all the difference, and then you get whatever you want. The sunflowers in her throne in her hand that actually live in the actual sun card, meaning she has the full powers of the sun, which is attraction, which is abundance, which is high energy, frequency, vitality, growth. Like, you're going to be fine. Just be honest with yourself. Now let's get to your stuff. Oh my goodness. I feel like we had a moment. Aquarius, did we have a moment? If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, tell me what's going on. But yeah, I think that we did. Team Aquarius, I got you. Oh my goodness. You know who else has got you? The universe. The universe has got you as well. Okay. Have that breakthrough that you've been seeking and that you will have, and just continue to. Speaking of, your last week's reading, like every week, the difference with me and other readers is that I do that astrology part, right? So with the tarot, so it is a continuation of last week. And even with last week, you remember you had the Ace of Swords and your final outcome. Continue toward it, okay? Continue to have that breakthrough, especially up here, okay? Have that change. You're looking for it. You have that, remember that transition. Look at where my finger is, by the way, the turbulent waters. Look at the direction they're going. They're going to Tahiti. Look how calm the water. It's like there is no undulation. It's smooth sailing from this minute forward. Just keep going, okay? A lot of you're going to be in your head possibly a lot this week, but be honest with yourself. Remember, I said swords are truth. This sword is pointing straight to the sky, okay? True perception here. Being honest with yourself, having a lot of power to believe, okay? Believing that you have that power as well, okay? So this is really great. I absolutely love this because you're good. You're absolutely good. You got the Ten of Cups. Who are you? Aquarius. This is absolutely amazing. So a lot of family energy here. Remember, I said that is a big thing for you. Family, home matters. Even, this is family. This is children. This is happy everything. This is a card of enjoyment. The word joy lives in enjoyment. So a lot of joy. You see the cups over their heads in a rainbow. The rainbow. Only rainbow and tarot here, okay, indicating this promising future. So there's a lot of enlightenment in this card, a lot of happiness in this card. It's in your external factors area. Okay. Keep going toward it. Keep going toward it. You're so close. You're so close to all this abundance, especially coming with the Queen of Wands. Oh my goodness. Just know what you want and be honest with yourself. Okay. And I'm doubling down on that because you've got the Seven of Cups. Now, you've got the Seven of Cups and the Seven of Swords. Sevens really are desire. Okay. Now, with the Seven of Cups, which interestingly enough is it's attributed to Scorpio. It's a Scorpio card. In fact, it's Venus in Scorpio. Venus is all about desire. But Scorpio, just in general, remember, we have that full moon in Scorpio. You're going to have to make some decisions. Something's got to come to an end. You've got to really make those choices too. Okay. Really, with this card, not only that full moon in Scorpio, but remember Mars conjuncting Neptune just, on Sunday too. That fog, you see that fog here? Know what you want. Know what you want. And that may be the thing, is that you may not know. You may not know. That could be the reason why you have the Seven of Swords in the heart of your spread, is that you may not know which way to go. You may not know, your path forward at this point. That's why I say trust your intuition. Everything's going to make sense. Everything's going to make sense. And then everything's just going to start aligning for you. You're going to be absolutely fine with the Eight of Wands in your final outcome. All right. So, by the way, this card is another card that is attributed to Sagittarius. So this card is, so remember, Sagittarius rules your 11th house of your hopes and wishes and dreams. Okay. Now, what makes that significant is that you are the native ruler of the 11th house. All right. So there is that almost like this homecoming. It's like you're going to go through this moment this week, but it's like, boom, things are going to land. Everything's aligning for you. You see the wands, they're in their happy place. They're zipping through the sky, completely aligned. All right. This is actually one of only two cards where there's no figure, no person, no nothing, just these beautiful, invigorating, lively wands zipping through the air. And again, completely aligning for you. So it seems like something is, you're going to start feeling that energy of moving forward. I wouldn't be surprised if you start feeling it, especially with Mars and Aries too. There's so much movement with Mars and Aries, but it looks like something is also going to land for you. Don't forget, you have the Queen of Wands in your future. So there's something that's going to happen for you. Something's going to land, something that's just this burst of joy. And I'm so glad that I trusted my intuition and made this decision to not feel burdened. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be good. You're absolutely good. You're you're good. Okay, so Aquarius, thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this reading, would be great if you like, subscribe, all that fun algorithm stuff. Leave comments. Tell me what's going on. I want to know what's going on with y'all. Next week we do May. All right, so May is as I already hyped it up so much that it's like now I got to deliver. But it is, with the aspects happening in May, it is truly the best month. May and June are neck to neck. No, May's the best month. All right, so okay, so Aquarius, thanks so much for tuning in. I will see you next week, Team Aquarius. Bye bye.